Hi, this is Nina again with Yoga at the Cabildo and Friends of the Cabildo. Today's Sunday, it's Mother's Day. Happy Mother's Day to all you wonderful ladies out there. We work so hard, you work so hard, raising your family and caring for your children, so this class is dedicated to you. We're going to work towards something that I usually don't do much of, saluting to the sun, or Sun Salutations. It's a Vinyasa, which basically means you're transitioning from one pose to the next with the breath, connecting with the breath, inhaling and exhaling. It's a little quicker, but it doesn't necessarily have to be that fast. You can still do a Vinyasa and move slowly. Just as you prepare for the next movement, you inhale to prepare and you exhale to execute, basically. But it doesn't have to be real fast. I don't like being real fast in any of the poses, so we can actually feel like we're becoming the pose. So this is Asana. We'll warm up a little bit, make our way towards Sun Salutations or Salute to the Sun. Okay, so thank you so much for being here once again. My name is Nina. Let's inhale the arms out to the side, surround the body with gratitude for all those wonderful moms out there. And exhale the hands home to the heart's center. Okay, this pose is called Asana. Once again, Sukha means comfort and ease, so I'm in a comfortable cross-legged seated position. As I inhale through the nose, lift your heart. As you inhale through the nose, lift your heart and fold forward. It's okay if you way up here. It's okay if you're further down. It's no big deal. You can put padding underneath your hips. This will allow your hips to move forward. And when you come forward, your hip bones travel forward and you just might go a little deeper in the pose. And then gently sit up. Inhale, lift your heart. Exhale, fold forward. Let's do that one more time. Big inhalation, grow tall. Engage your belly, travel forward. And breathing like this, you get a nice lower back stretch. I'm going to press my hands away from me towards you to let the hips release down, and I might go just a little deeper into this pose. 2 more breaths. Inhaling and exhaling always through the nose. And once you complete, inhale back up. If you wish to change the cross of the legs, go for it. Shift your hips to the left and right. Root your sit bones evenly into the mat. I'm going to interlace the fingers behind me and walk my knuckles towards the earth. This will take the shoulders out of the ears. And on my next inhalation, my heart rises and I gaze up. I'm not totally throwing my head back. It's not safe for the neck. I'm just looking up. On my next exhalation, tuck the chin, the body travels back to center. 2 more times. Inhale, the heart rises. Draw your knuckles towards the earth, gaze up. I'm gently walking my shoulder blades towards each other. It's a nice way to open up the chest. Tuck your chin, exhale back to center. Next time we'll stay in the pose, okay? Inhale, lift your heart. Gaze up, breathe through the nose. It's a nice little gentle back bend. My tailbone's reaching towards the earth very gently, breathing for 2 more breaths. It's an upper back bend. On your next exhalation, tuck the chin, release the hands. Inhale, lift your heart and fold forward again. Breathing. And sit up. Sit back to change the cross of the legs again. Okay, mirror me. I will inhale my right arm up. You inhale your left arm up and reach for the sky. On your exhalation, travel. Press your hip down and reach. Soften your elbow down to take the shoulder out of the ear. Reaching. Inhale up, please. Draw the shoulder slightly back. Lift your heart. Travel over and reach. Last time like this. Inhale back to center. Lift your heart. Touch the sky. Travel. Soften the elbow down. Now, I'm going to ever so slightly let my ear find the shoulder. This is a wonderful stretch into the neck, into the side of the neck. And then I'm going to turn my palm away from me. And on my next exhalation, I'm going to slowly release the arm down and reach for the wall, initiating this lovely stretch throughout the whole side of the neck. Soften up. Don't drop your head forward. Keep your head lifted. Your ear is following the shoulder's not following the ear. And I'm going to reach and search for that wonderful stretch into the neck. Hopefully you'll find it. If you don't find it, just think about it. I'm slowly traveling down, reaching for the wall. Breathing. And for me, I feel it right about here. I'm going to linger here for 3 deep breaths, directing the breath into the side of the neck. So lovely. For 2. And then I'm going to slowly exhale the arm down. Slowly articulate the spine up, stacking the vertebrae one at a time. The head is last to come up. Oh, that feels so good. Let's do the other side. I'm going to inhale my left arm up. You inhale your right arm up and touch the sky. We're working the entire outer side of the body. Exhale, reach. Keep your hip down. Soften your elbow and shoulder down and lengthen. 2 more times. Big inhalation, lift your heart. Draw the navel in, travel, exhale. Last time like this, inhale back to center. Lift your heart, draw the belly in, travel. Soften the shoulder, soften the elbow. Let your ear find the elbow. So I'm not dropping my head forward. Let the ear find the elbow. You get a nice stretch in the neck. From here, inhale the arm up, turn the palm away from you and touch the sky. On your exhalation, slowly, move slowly. It feels so good. Reaching for the wall, over to the side, searching for that lovely stretch in my neck. It could be up high. It could be here. Personally, for me, it's about there. Now I'm going to reach for the wall, linger here, breathing into the neck area for 3 more breaths. Keeping the breath soft and smooth for 2. And then slowly on my next exhalation, the arm will slowly release down. No rush. I will slowly articulate the spine, 1 segment at a time. The head is last to come up. Ooh, that feels good. Lift your heart, inhale, travel forward. Once again, I'm pressing my hands away from myself or away towards you to release my hips down and the elbows release, or the elbows are height. All good. Breathing. I'm just trying to keep the elbows balanced as opposed to this. So distribute the weight equally in the elbows. And if they're down, distribute the weight equally with the elbows down. And then we'll gently sit up. Sit back to chains across the legs again. Sit up tall. Mirror me. Inhale, lift your heart, travel. Turn, twist, turn your head. Slowly inhale back to center, the heart rises. Imagine you're climbing up the spine, the lower belly and the rib cage travel. Hand to the outside, notice my palm is facing up and my hand is behind me, turn your head. I'm not leaning on this back hand, I'm sitting tall. Last time like this, slowly come back to center, climb up that spine, lift your heart. Draw the navel in, the lower belly, the rib cage, the shoulders, and then let the chin lead the turn all the way towards the wall behind you. You don't want to overturn. You don't want to be overzealous with your twisting. Go to your limit. Don't go past that limit. Breathing in this position. Contracting the belly with every exhalation. From here, just turn your head the opposite direction. Slowly. Breathing like this for 3 more breaths. And slowly let your inhalation bring the body back to center. Sit back, chains across the legs again. Distribute the weight equally in the sit bones. That's what you're sitting on, the base of the pelvis. Lift your heart, inhale, turn the opposite direction. My palm is facing up, will externally rotate that shoulder. My hand is behind me. I'm still sitting on my sit bones, and I gently turn my head. Take your time, inhale back to center. Lift your heart. The belly travels, the rib cage travels, the shoulders travel to the left, to the opposite direction. And the head travels. Last time like this, inhale back to center, grow tall. The belly turns with your exhalation, the rib cage turns, the shoulders turn. Once again, don't be overzealous with your twisting, okay? And gently turn your head. Breathing in this position. Take your time, pivot the skull gently towards the opposite direction. Breathing like this. It's a nice way to wake up the body. Take your time and inhale back to center, grow tall. On your exhale, fold forward again. Stretching your lower back. Breathing. Take your time and sit up. So you can once again always have a blanket or padding to sit on or to place on the back of the head, except for bridging. Today I have a stopwatch because we're going to be doing a 2-minute plank. Are you good with that? You can always do it on your knees, it's no big deal. Let's put it over here. And we have 2 blocks that we are going to, I'm going to demonstrate something with the blocks. If you can't step your foot forward from downward facing dog, stepping the foot forward when we go into our Sun Salutations. Okay, so from here we're going to come to our bellies, still warming up. Come all the way down. Excuse me. My fingertips are in line with my shoulders, my elbows are in. I'm tucking the chin and pressing my hips down, and I inhale the upper body up. Oh, this feels good. Draw the belly in, exhale, float down. Inhale, lift. Exhale, articulate the spine slowly. Inhale, peel the spine off the mat. The shoulders are out of the ears. I'm slowly coming up. If you feel pain, don't go so high, please. You don't need to. This is perfectly fine. Or you can inhale up a little higher. Engage your belly to float down, articulating. 3 more times. Inhale up. Exhale, float. Upward facing dog. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, float down. Last time like this, inhale, lift your heart. Can you stay here, tucking the chin just a little bit? 3 breaths. If your lower back is talking to you and saying, I don't like this doesn't feel good, my back hurts, I want you to come down. If not, challenge yourself. Draw the navel in on your next exhalation and float down. I'm going to bend one elbow, bend the opposite knee, take the foot, and gently release my head down and draw the heel towards my glute. Relax your shoulders. It's a nice stretch in the hip flexors. That's in the groin region. Breathing. Soften the shoulders. Draw the heel towards the glute. Pressing into that area, that outer hip area. Really nice stretch. Take your time and release. Switch sides. Bend the elbow. Take the opposite foot. Exhale, slowly release down. Relax your shoulders. Draw the heel towards the glute. Right there. Try to have your knee pointing back. Now, if this is a good time to use a strap, if you can't take your foot, grab a strap, wrap it around the foot, pull the strap. There you go. See? So a strap is always nice and handy. Breathing. Press gently into that outer hip for 3 more breaths. Keep the breath nice and smooth. And release. Support yourself with your 2 hands. Come to the belly. Take your time. Sit back in child pose. Draw the belly in and lengthen. Oh yeah, this feels really good. Making little adjustments. Travel to one direction. Reaching that outer arm forward. Getting a deep stretch into the outside of the body. Breathing. Take your time, come back to center, travel to the opposite direction, reaching the fingertips forward. Breathing like this. Come back to center. Okay, so if it's not comfortable sitting like this, you might, for your knees, you can place a blanket under your knees if you wish. I'm going to bring my feet together and open my knees out wide. And then I'm going to come forward. Hands are shoulder width apart. Okay? I'm going to inhale my arm out to the side, look towards the hand, and exhale the arm through the opposite arm with the palm facing up. Release the shoulder, release the ear. Reach my fingers forward. And I'm going to roll this shoulder back gently. So I can actually walk my fingertips towards the wall behind me to roll the shoulder back. I'm getting a nice upper back rotation. Breathing like this for 3 more breaths. So the upper back area, the chest area, is a place where we tend to hold on to tension and stress. So this, in the thoracic spine, is the upper spine, below the neck. And it's just a place where we just need to open up. And remember that when you're feeling like you're under stress. Open up the back, do some back bends, do some nice upper back twists. Take your time and release. Never rush coming out of a rotation. And lengthen the arms. This time we're going to inhale the opposite arm out to the side, look towards the hand so we're getting a rotation in the neck. Exhale, the palm faces up and reach. I'm releasing my shoulder, the opposite side of my face, and I'm going to come to, of my head, my fingertips. Walk my fingertips away from me, towards the wall behind me. Roll the shoulder open. Notice this nice upper back rotation that I'm achieving. Breathing like this. Draw the breath behind the heart. Breathing. Going a little deeper for 2 more breaths. Very nice. Take your time and sit back and release. Okay, we're going to do a couple of downward facing dogs. So with the hips close to the feet, notice this position right here. Look at my feet. They're flat. This is such a wonderful stretch for the tops of the feet. We flex our feet all day long. Think about that. So this is a nice way to stretch out the tops of the feet. This pose right here is called Vajrasana. Really nice pose. Okay, so what we're going to do is the knees are hip distance. I'm opening up my feet hip distance and I'm lengthening my arms. My arms are shoulder width apart. Spread the fingers wide, come to the knees. Find that nice long spine. So I'm not rounding the back and dropping my head. If I do that, basically this is what I end up by seeing. This right here. Too much pressure on the wrist. So I want to go into the pose with a nice long spine. So relax the upper back as you draw the belly in. Don't drop the head, but lift the head, tuck the chin. Go into the pose with soft knees. Inhale, curl the toes under. The hips rise up to go back. Way up and way, way back. And then begin softening the heels towards the earth. And then walk your thighs towards the wall behind you. Our first downward facing dog. Spread the fingers wide. Root the knuckles into the mat. Open up your heart. Draw the belly in. Tuck the chin just ever so slightly. Breathing. If I look at my feet, my heels are invisible. They're directly behind my toes. Draw the navel in. Soften your tailbone. Breathing. Take your time, go to the knees. Sit back in child pose. Lengthen the arms, hips are close to the feet. Come to table, don't move your hands forward. Keep your hands where they are. This is a nice gauge for most bodies. Draw the belly in, curl the toes, inhale, lift up to go back. I'm moving a little faster this time, and the heels release. My hips go all the way up to the sky. My thighs walk back. Up and back. I'm trying to avoid flexion in the wrist. Notice how long the top of the hand and the forearm is. Breathing like this. Spread the shoulder blades wide. Soften one knee, release the heel down. Inhale the heel up, exhale the opposite heel down. Inhale both heels up to the sky, lift your hips, and slowly exhale the heels down. Spread the shoulder blades wide, sit back in child pose. Table position, notice I'm not moving my hands. Curl through the toes, lift up to go back. Notice how much faster I went. Breathing. Now, in order to step a foot forward, you have to use momentum and you have to bring the shoulders forward with the foot. If I don't bring my shoulders forward, that's going to happen. I see this all the time. You have to let the foot travel forward with the shoulders, okay? Shoulder, knee, ankle. And then I automatically straighten that foot. And then I step my foot back and do the other side. Remember, you have to use momentum for the foot to travel forward with the shoulder. Straighten the foot out. Step the foot back. So play with that. Now, if it's impossible, if it's impossible for you to step the foot forward, make sure the block is wide so you don't stub your toe. Table position. You can even come up higher. Find that table position, curl through the toes, exhale, downward facing dog. And I promise you, you'll be able to step that foot forward with ease. Well, I won't promise you, but you can start this way and work this way with the block at a high level. Draw the belly in, step forward. And once you've mastered that, you can play with this. Practice it. Come to a table position, curl through the toes, lift up to go back. Adho Mukha Svanasana, downward facing dog. Shoulder travels forward, foot travels forward. It's a lot easier with the blocks. So once, and then step the foot back and do, whoops, you see that? I didn't use enough momentum. Do the other side. You immediately straighten the foot once you step the foot down, okay? Now, that's if you need blocks. So, I recommend that you go out and buy some blocks. This is a cork block. You can use a foam block or even a wooden block. I also recommend that you go out and buy a 10-foot strap. This is a great tool also. Okay, so we are going to, from here, we're going to come back to seated. Because I want to do a little exercise with my shoulders, to warm up my shoulders. Okay, so what I'm going to do, I'm sitting nice and tall. We need our strap. We're going to do a pose called Gomukhasana, cow face pose, sit nice and tall. Gomukhasana, lift your chest. Take my hand, mirror me, take it inside, grab the foot, draw the foot towards the glute, and the knee points forward. I'm walking my foot out a little bit. Okay, this knee, my left knee, your right knee is pointing forward. I'm going to cross the opposite foot over, and I'm going to flex my feet. Okay, this is like really difficult this is when you really, for most people, and this is also when you find discrepancies in your hips. Because it's like, well, this side is okay, but the other side is like, wow, this is really difficult. All I want you to try to do is to have your heels left to right on the same plane. So one heel isn't way back here and one heel isn't way up here. I'm going to walk this heel back, I'm going to walk this heel forward and flex my feet. This is a big stretch in your hips. Flex. Got that? Okay, so in a perfect world, my knees would be perfectly stacked, but I can't do that because I'm with you, okay? There's just so many imbalances in my body and my hips are just not designed for it. And I'm going to place the strap on this shoulder. Okay, so mirror me. We're gonna cheat. Okay, so what we're going to do is take this arm out to the side with the thumb pointing down. Grow tall. I'm gonna bend the elbow. Thumb points down. I'm gonna bend at the elbow and drag my knuckles. My opposite hand is gonna take that hand and bring it back, and I'm going to bring it up. My knuckles are on my back, pointing on the back, and my fingers are pointing straight up, okay? Got that? Stay there. I'm gonna get into position. I want my ankles in line. I'm gonna flex my feet. And then I'm going to take the strap with that back hand. I'm grabbing onto the strap. I'm going to inhale the opposite arm up and reach for the sky. This is about lengthening that entire side of the body. Keep the extension, bend the elbow, grab the strap. Gomukhasana, cow face pose. Flex your feet, heels on the same plane. I'm going to walk this foot forward. Good. Lift your chest. So this tricep of this arm is reaching towards my ears, as opposed to being out here. This pose might not be available for everybody, but it's a great internal, external rotation of the shoulders. So my tricep is pointing in towards my face. I'm not tugging on my neck like this, so soften up the neck. Turn your head to the left and right, soften it up. No tugging on the neck. And then this opposite shoulder, your right shoulder, my left shoulder is rolling back. Climb up the strap, reach. So in a perfect world, our fingers are touching, or we're hooking our fingers together, and that's not happening with me. I'm probably about 3 inches away. Lift your chest, inhale. Breathe like this for 5 very deep breaths. Roll the tricep towards the face. Roll the opposite shoulder back. Lift your chest. Flex your feet. Breathing. This doesn't really feel all that good. It is a great stretch though. So it might feel okay for some people, but this is like, yeah, let's say it's not actually painful. It's just a little discomfort. Roll the tricep towards the face, roll the shoulder back, lift your chest for 2 more breaths. Gomukhasana, upward facing cow face pose. Breathing. And then lift your heart, inhale, and slowly, without letting the chin lead you, let the heart lead you forward. Breathing. Two more breaths. And inhale up. Once again, this is a great stretch for the shoulders. There's an Iyengar teacher in New Orleans with Audubon Yoga Institute, or Audubon Yoga, and Uptown New Orleans, and she said that we should be doing this every day. Sit back to release the cross of the legs. It's always safer for the knees. I'm going to take my hand inside the leg and take my foot, mirror me. Bend the knee forward, cross the opposite knee over, flex your feet. Okay, so we want to stack our knees. It's not going to happen. That's okay. And we want to have our heels on the same plane. So what's happening is this hip is coming up a little bit. You can always have a padding if you wish. Oops. So you can support yourself with this padding right here. Flex your feet. Heels on the same plane, heel to heel. as if I'm drawing an imaginary line. I'm going to take the strap on this shoulder. Got that? Ooh, I feel the difference. Extend this arm out to the side. The thumb points down, okay? Not up, down. This is the internal rotation. This shoulder externally rotates. And I'm going to gently draw my knuckles towards the back, all the way to my waistline. And then with this hand, I'm going to assist the fingers pointing straight up. So my elbow's pointing down. And then I'm going to take the strap behind me. Lift your chest. So at this point, we're going to start rolling forward. Lift your chest. Try not to fold forward. Inhale the opposite arm up and reach for the sky. It's all about extending. Touch the sky. Keep the extension and just bend at the elbow without disturbing the extension of the spine. Take the strap. I'm climbing up the strap right now. My tricep, the back of this arm is rolling towards my face. This shoulder is rolling back. Lift your chest. Climb up the strap. Lift your heart. Go Mukasana pose. Flex your feet. Definitely flex your feet. Breathing. My knees are not totally stacked, but in a perfect world they would be. Breathing like this. The tricep reaches towards the face. The shoulder rolls back. The chest is lifted. Flex your feet. Breathe. How smooth can you make the breath while the body's under tension? Remember, in the past I've talked about stira and sukha. The body is very soft. No, excuse me. The breath is soft. The face is soft. I'm wiggling my toes. A little twinkle of the eyes. The body is, that's sukha. Comfort and ease. The body is very firm and active. Stira. Very, very active pose. Bring these two qualities together. Lift your heart. Inhale. Draw the belly in. Exhale. Let the heart lead you forward, not the chin. Breathing like this. Keep the elbow up. The tricep reaches towards the face. The shoulder rolls back. Fold forward again. Breathing like this. 5 breaths. Take your time. Inhale up. Slowly release. Ooh. Well, I felt that. And we're going to release the padding. And I'm going to sit back. And I'm going to shake it out. All right, let's do some sun salutations. During the sun salutation, we come into a plank, and then we go into a half plank. So chaturanga is a full plank, and then half plank where you're hovering over the floor. You can go to the knees, okay, which I might be doing. I'll show you the full plank once or twice, but I've been nurturing a little shoulder issue, so I want to listen to my injuries, correct? Just keep that in mind. Never go to that place of pain. Back off. Back off if you, like on a scale of 1 to 10, if it's like really, really hurting, you're not going to make it better if you keep going to that injury, okay? I'm going to lengthen my arms, table position, downward facing dog, step 1 foot forward, step the other foot forward, whoops, lift my chest, inhale, fold forward. Let's stay here for just a moment. Lift your chest, inhale again. Fold forward. You can use blocks, and the head softens down. This is called Uttanasana. Distribute the weight equally in the feet. Press the base of the big toes, little toes, and heels into the mat. The head softens down. You're stretching out the back of the neck. Engage your quads, and your hips just might rise a little higher. The belly is active. Breathing like this. If you can't take the floor, take the elbows. Keep your heart open. Breathing, 3 more breaths. Nice stretch in the back of the legs. Reverse the fold of the elbows if they're folded. Lift the chest, lift the head. Press your hips down to come all the way up. Good. Hope you can see me. Inhale the arms up, and the hands travel home to the heart's center. Okay, so I'm going to turn my body to the side, for you to watch this, okay? Actually, I'm going to come here. Just follow along. Don't let it scare you. It's no big deal. We're going to inhale the arms up. And we're going to exhale and fold forward. Inhale, the heart rises. Step one foot back. Step the other foot back. This is your chaturanga pose I was talking about. It's a high plank. And then exhale into a low plank. And then push into Urdhva Mukha Svanasana, upward facing dog. We practiced this earlier. So from here, the chest is lifted and you can press your feet to the mat and lift your legs up. Curl through the toes, draw the belly in, soft knees, downward facing dog. Breathing. Take your time, step the foot forward, and then the opposite follows. Lift your heart, inhale. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, lift all the way up. Exhale, remember Vinyasa, we're moving with the breath. Fold forward. Inhale, the heart rises. Exhale, we'll step the opposite foot back. And slowly come to Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhale into Urdhva Mukha Svanasana, upward facing dog. Lift your thighs, open your chest. Okay, so this is when you really want to open your chest and not draw the shoulders into the ears like this. Sit tall. Gaze up, curl through the toes. Downward facing dog. Notice I'm going into the pose with soft knees. To walk my hips back, my thighs back, and the heels release down. Spread the shoulder blades wide. Step the foot forward. I'm using that momentum. And the opposite foot follows. Inhale, lift your heart. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale into your chair pose. And then the body rises up. And we exhale the hands home to the heart center. Got that? Let's try it again. Inhale up. Exhale back, down. Inhale, the heart rises. Exhale, I'm stepping my left foot back and then the right foot back. You can go to the knees if you want to Chaturanga Dandasana, perfectly fine. And then push into Urdhva Mukha Svanasana, lift your thighs up. Upward facing dog. Draw the belly in, gaze up, curl to the toes. Soften your knees. Downward facing dog. Spread the shoulder blades wide. I'm stepping my left foot forward. I'm straightening it out. The right foot follows. Inhale, lift your heart. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale into your chair pose. Come all the way up. Move back. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, lift your heart. Step your right foot back. Step your left foot back. Chaturanga. All the way to Chaturanga Dandasana. Push into Urdhva Mukha Svanasana. Lift your thighs. Open your heart. Nice back bend here. Curl to the toes. Downward facing dog. Breathing. On your next exhalation, the left foot travels forward. Straighten it out. The right foot follows. Feet are hip distance. Lift your heart. Inhale. Exhale, fold forward. Lift the chest, lift the head. Come into your forceful pose, chair pose. The groins are walking back. Breathing. Hinging from the hips gently. Come all the way up. Go back gently and exhale. The hands travel home to the heart center. Okay, so that's called Surya Namaskar A, Sun Salutation A. We're going to do B. So from downward facing dog, we're going to go into warrior one pose. Okay? Hope everybody's doing okay. Inhale the arms up, please. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, the heart rises. Exhale, step your right foot back and the opposite foot back. I'm going to go to my knees to Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhale into Urdhva Mukha Svanasana. Lift your heart, open your chest. Upward facing dog. Curl through the toes. Downward facing dog. Press your knuckles flat. Lift your hips up. Walk your thighs back. From this position, I'm going to step my right foot forward. Straighten it out. I'm going to place my back foot down on a 45-degree angle. My heels are still separated. Draw the belly in to inhale the body up into warrior one. Spread the toes, soften the toes. This back leg is very active. I'm lifting the arch of my back foot to energize that leg, make it my anchor. I'm rooting the outer edge of the foot and the whole leg is coming up. Walk your opposite hip back very gingerly. So my frontal hip bones are pointing forward. My upper back gently catches that wave and moves back. Warrior one. Breathing like this. I'm not totally dropping my head back. I don't like all that flexion in the knee. I'm in the neck. I want to just gaze up gently and lengthen the spine. Exhale the hands down. Step the foot back. Go back to downward facing dog. Find your pose. Lengthen. Walk your thighs back. Spread the shoulder blades wide. Press your knuckles flat. Even the webbing between the index finger and the thumb, press it into the mat to take the pressure out of the pinky finger side. And then on my next exhalation, the left foot travels forward. The back foot comes at a 45-degree angle, and I'm going to slowly, the knee is over the ankle, and I'm going to slowly come back into Virabhadrasana 1. Always making subtle adjustments. I'm walking this hip ever so slowly back. My hips are pointing forward. My tailbone is soft to decompress the lumbar spine. The back leg is the anchor of the pose. It's active. So I'm trying not to bend my knee like this and sink into the pose. I want to press the outer, if you press the outer edge of that back foot into the mat and lift the arch of the foot, soften your toes, that leg is going to engage and become your anchor. Move back, fall back, way back. Breathing, and then slowly come down. Step the foot back. Find your downward facing dog pose. Open up your chest. Breathing. 3 more breaths. Adho Mukha Svanasana, downward facing dog. Soften the knees and release the heels. Lift the thighs back, lift the hips up, walk the thighs back. Spread the shoulder blades wide. Draw the belly in. And take your time, step the right foot forward. The opposite foot follows. Lift your heart, fold. Inhale, Utkatasana, and the body travels all the way up, and the hands travel to the heart center. That's just touching on Surya Namaskar B. Okay, Surya Namaskar, which is Sun Salutation, a salute to the sun. C, what we do is when we go into a plank, from that position we go into a side plank, Vasisasana. So I'll talk you through it. There's a couple of different ways you can actually go into that pose. Okay, so there's modifications, there are variations that you can use into the pose. Everybody following me? And good? I hope so. Hands to the heart center. Inhale the arms up, please. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, lift your heart. Step your right foot back. Step the left foot back all the way to Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhale into Urdhva Mukha Svanasana. Lift your thighs up and open your chest. Curl through the toes. Downward facing dog. Okay, spread the shoulder blades wide. Walk your heart toward your feet. My stance is nice and open. From here, I should go directly into a high plank if my stance is open properly, or if it's open wide enough. See that? Good. Okay, so I'm going to start on the right side, facing you. So I want to make sure that my shoulders are over the wrists. I want to make sure that my ankle of the right foot, I'm working with my right side. My ankle's in line with my wrist, so I'm going to go to the outer edge of the foot. My ankle's in line with the wrist, okay? And then I'm going to stack the foot, the opposite foot on top, and inhale the arm up. And this is Vasisasana, stack the foot. Or you can place that top foot in front, and that will give you some leverage. You can also place this knee down, and now you have a side plank. It's actually very challenging. You can even inhale that leg up if you wish. breathing like this. So there's a lot of different variations you can do in this pose. For 3, stay focused. For 2, take your time and come down. Come back to downward facing dog. Open your stance. I'm going to turn my back to you this time. Plank. Outer edge of my left foot, my ankles in line with my wrists. Make that adjustment. Stack the foot. Roll the shoulder back. I'm stacking my front foot on top, my top foot on top of the bottom foot to inhale the arm up and lift my chest. Breathing. You can go down to the knee. You can step that top foot in front of the bottom foot. Lifting. Breathing. Reaching out of that shoulder for 3 more breaths. Vasisasana for 2. Reaching, strong belly, lift. Good. Woo! This is difficult. Exhale the arm down. Find your downward facing dog. Lift the hips up to go back. Spread the shoulder blades wide. Take your time, go to the knees, child pose. Once again, since we did a lot of work with the arms, you can place your head down on a block and the arms behind you. Breathing. Okay, I like to use a block in this pose. I'll place one wrist on top of the other, keep my head up. If I drop my head forward, prana is the in-breath. I feel like this really disturbs the breath from entering the body right here. I always want to keep my airways open so the breath is not disturbed and the breath can enter the body in a nice, smooth fashion. Breathing. There. Okay, we're going to do a 2-minute plank. We're all warmed up. Our bodies are nice and active. You don't have to do this. You can sit back and watch, or you can come to your elbows. I have a stopwatch. My palms are facing up, shoulder width apart. And then bring the palms back down. Step 1 foot back. Step the other foot back. Let's get right into it. My shoulders hopefully are right over my elbows. My tailbone's reaching towards the earth. My tailbone's reaching towards the wall behind me. Back. The belly is engaged. I'm not dropping my head. I'm lifting the head and tucking the chin. Press your hands firmly into the mat. Press your forearms evenly into the mat. We're already 30 seconds into it. Draw the belly in. Imagine you're backpedaling your hips right now. The tailbone's reaching towards the pubic bone. The pubic bone's reaching towards the navel's reaching towards the spine. I'm decompressing the lumbar spine. If this is entirely too much pressure on your lower back, you can go straight to the knees and you can do your plank just like this. If not, come up. Breathing. This is about the breath. How smooth can you make the breath while the body's under tension? Wiggle your fingers, soften your neck. Draw your tailbone towards your heels. Breathing. We need to be strong yogis. Breathing like this. We only have 30 seconds. Keep the breath smooth and soft. Keep your chest open. 10 seconds. How soft can you make the breath? Take your time, go to the knees, sit back. How was that? I was struggling. That's okay, we're all in this together. We need a strap. So we've sort of been working our shoulders, correct? We're gonna end with a, coming towards our end, with a really nice shoulder stretch. Asana, fish pose. Sit on your legs for a moment, lift your chest, let's just take a break. Lifting your heart, clearing the mind. You can bring the hands to the heart center. Inhale and exhale through the nose. And giving thanks to this beautiful day. Okay, we're going to shift to one hip. You will have to mirror me, okay? Please, because it's a lot of lefts and rights, so just mirror me. Shift your hips to the left and right. I'm going to walk back a little bit to make sure you see the bottoms of my feet. Hope you can. Sit tall. You can always sit on a padding or a blanket if you feel like you're leaning back like this, your shoulders rounding forward. If you sit up, you're dropping your hips forward gently and allowing the chest to lift up. Breathing into Dandasana. I'm going to take my strap and I'm going to make a great big horseshoe around my body with my strap. My strap is all knotted up. Okay, I'm not sitting on the strap. It's about 2 inches away from the body. In here. Okay? Big horseshoe. Some people don't need it. I'm not sure if I'm going to need it or not, but I'm going to use it just so I can show you. Lift your chest, mirror me. We're going to start with this leg. And listen to my words because it can get a little bit confusing. Sit tall first. Flex both feet, but all 10 toes are reaching towards the body as opposed to just the big toes. Lift your heart. Bend the knee. Notice I'm not tucking that foot underneath my leg. It's in line with my hip. Flex the foot. I'm going to inhale this arm up and reach. Nope, I changed my mind. I'm going to extend this arm out to the side again. We're going to cheat one more time. Reaching through this arm, bend the elbow. I'm going to take this hand and assist this hand all the way towards this side of the body, and then I'm going to take my strap with this arm. Got that? All right, so I'm holding on to the strap with my back hand. Then I'm going to inhale the arm up and reach for the sky. This is all about lengthening the spine. Reach for the sky, and I'm going to fold forward inside this leg, like this. And then I'm going to reach towards you. Okay? So from here, I'm going to bring my palm, I'm going to internally rotate this shoulder. I'm going to bring the palm facing down. And then I'm going to bring the thumb pointing down. Did you see what I did? I went all the way in like this. Now I'm internally rotating that shoulder to wrap the arm around the leg. Bend the elbow and take the strap. And then I'm going to walk towards my hands. Keep this foot active. And then from here, I'm walking towards my hands as I fold forward. And then I'm going to inhale the body up. Soften your neck. Turn your head a little bit. Keep this leg active. This shoulder is rolling in internally. Your right shoulder is rolling back. Internal, external rotation of the shoulders again. Walk your hands towards each other. Flex this foot. It is very, very active. So your right leg is very, very active. Lift your chest. So a lot of you can take your fingers and cup your fingers. That's perfectly fine. I'm very close. I can do it if I try to, but I don't feel like doing it right now. then I won't be able to show you proper form. Proper enough, lift the chest, inhale. I'm going to gently turn my head towards that bent knee. Grow tall. Breathing. I'm keeping this foot active, this leg active. I'm keeping it flexed and flat. All 5 toes are reaching towards the body. This is the anchor of the pose. My hips are grounded. And then I'm going to let the chin lead the turn. I'm going to turn the total opposite direction. The chin is leading the turn, not my forehead, my chin, to keep the neck nice and long. Breathing like this. My eyes are following towards the wall behind me. I'm even working the little muscles in the eyes. Breathing. Come back to center, lift your heart. Fold forward. Breathing. Your left foot is grounded. It's not coming up like this. It is rooted into the mat as I fold forward. Keep the chest open. Keep the heart open. Don't let the chin lead the turn, lead the forward fold. Let the heart lead you forward. I noticed my head was coming forward. I'm keeping my neck in line with the rest of the spine. I'm letting the heart lead me forward for 2 more breaths. Slowly come up. Oh yeah, slowly release. Extend the leg, shake it out. Maybe flex and point. Sit tall. Shift your hips to the left and right. Feel the sit bones on the mat. How did that feel? A lot of work in the shoulders today. Breathing. Bend the opposite knee. My left knee, your right knee, mirror me. And I'm going to extend this arm out to the side. I'm not sitting on my strap, okay? It's about 2 inches away from my body in a big horseshoe. Extend this arm out to the side, grow tall, bend the elbow. Notice the thumb is pointing down. Bend the elbow. Drag your knuckles towards the opposite waistline. I'm going to take this hand and assist the hand over towards the waistline and then over towards the waistline, and then I'm going to take my strap with this arm. I'm holding onto the strap right here, see? My knee is pointing straight up. I'm going to, my foot is not tucked inside my leg, it's hip distance apart. I need that space to come forward as I inhale the arm up, reach for the sky and travel forward. I'm on the inside of the leg. And then I'm going to reach towards you. Notice my thumb is pointing up. Now my thumb is pointing out to the side. My palm is facing down. Now my thumb is pointing down. I'm internally rotating that shoulder to wrap my upper arm around the leg and then bend the elbow and take the strap. From here, I'm going to roll the shoulder open and lift my chest. So we're externally rotating the shoulder, internally rotating that shoulder. Keeping my foot down, keeping my extended leg flexed. Grow tall. Breathing. Great stretch for the shoulders. And not to mention, my shoulders are all warmed up for this. Breathing like this. We did Gomukhasana earlier, cow face pose, upward facing cow face pose. And we did some chaturanga and chaturanga dandasanas, high plank, low plank. We also did a 2-minute plank. We did a lot of work in our shoulders today, so this is kind of like the cherry on the cake. Roll the shoulder back. The shoulder's internally rotating. Your right shoulder. Lift your chest. Gently turn your head towards that bent knee. Breathing. Inhale back to center, turn the opposite direction, let the chin lead the turn. Turn, let the eyes follow, grow taller. Don't get sloppy on me, sit tall, very active pose. Breathing for 3 more breaths. Inhale back to center, lift your heart full forward, let the chest lead you, let the heart lead you, not your chin. Folding forward. I'm not dropping my head. I'm lengthening through the crown of the head as I gently release forward. Keep the foot active. Keep your opposite foot down, flat. down to the ground, breathing for 2 more breaths. Take your time and come up and release. Ooh, it's a lot of work, huh? All right, how y'all doing? Shake it out. Shake. Okay, we'll do another seated twist. Why not? Breathe in. Very basic. It's amazing how all these basic poses are so effective. Sit tall. Bend your knee. Cross the foot over. Mirror me. This foot is flat. It's not hanging out like this. It's flat on the mat. Lift your chest. Place this hand behind you. You're using it like a kickstand. You're not leaning into it. Sit on your sit bones. Inhale the arm up. Draw the belly in. Turn the lower belly. Turn the rib cage. Turn the shoulders. Place the arm to the outside of the leg with the palm facing up. Lift your chest. Inhale. Turn the lower belly. Turn the rib cage. Turn the shoulders. Never once again be overzealous with your twisting. Let the shoulders turn. Keep your feet active. Pivot the skull towards the wall behind you. In this pose, imagine that this sit bone that you're sitting on is gently reaching towards the opposite sit bone. It's such a subtle action within the body. This sit bone is reaching towards the opposite sit bone. You're making a very gentle adjustment. Grow taller and possibly twist just a tiny bit deeper. Breathing like this for 3 more breaths. Stay focused for 2. Move slowly to release the twist. Extend the legs, sit tall. Mirror me, bend the knee. And arms. Cross the foot over. Press the foot into the mat evenly. Flex your foot. Lift your chest. Place the hand behind you. You're on your sit bones. You're not leaning back on your hand right now. Inhale the arm up, grow tall, touch the sky, draw the navel in, turn towards that bent knee. Turn, place the elbow to the outside of the knee. Lift your chest, inhale, turn the lower belly, turn the rib cage, turn the shoulders, and then pivot the skull towards the wall behind you. The sit bone on this side is reaching towards this sit bone that we're sitting on. It's very, very subtle. I don't see it, but I feel it. If you do it, I don't see you doing it, but you will feel it. My sit bone's reaching towards the opposite sit bone. I grow taller and turn just a little deeper. Breathing like this, soften the shoulders for 3 more breaths. Soften the shoulders for 2. Breathing. Oh, slowly release. All that beautiful blood and oxygen is just flowing through the body right now when you release a twist. Lift your chest, inhale. Exhale, fold forward. You can take your feet. This is called Asana. I'm micro-tucking my chin. You can take your legs, you can take the floor. I don't want your hands dangling in space right now. I want them to be supported with something. You can use a strap. There's no egos in this class. Take a strap. It's not a crutch. It's a prop. Or take a block. Breathing like this into Asana. Lift your heart 1 millimeter and exhale 2 millimeters forward. Breathing for 5 breaths. Soften your shoulders, soften your fingers. Micro tuck the chin so the neck is long. 3 more breaths like this. And once you complete 5 breaths, bend your knees. Engage your belly. Articulate the spine down, 1 vertebra at a time. Slowly come down to the mat. Draw the knees into the chest. Have your hands on your knees. I love ending with this pose. It's extremely therapeutic. It squeezes the organs and it works the digestive system. Asana. Inhale, walk the knees away from you. My fingers are pointing towards the toes and I'm stretching out my shoulders that I've been working this whole past hour. Exhale, draw the knees into the body, massaging the organs and the intestines in the body. Inhale, walk the knees away from you, stretch out those beautiful shoulders. Exhale, engage the belly, hug the legs into the body, soften the shoulders. Tuck the chin, mentally preparing for final relaxation. Last time like this, inhale. Walk the legs away from you. Exhale, slowly draw the knees into the chest. Hug the knees into the body. Rock to the left and right if you wish. Massaging the lower back. And prepare for Shavasana. Extend the legs on the mat. The toes are pointing out to the sides. The palms are facing up. I'm walking my shoulders away from the ears and I'm tucking my upper arms into the back slightly to lift my heart. And then I'm going to soften the heart down and let the body totally surrender. Let the eyelids cover the eyes. Making the face totally expressionless. Gently scanning the body and finding any place where you might be gripping onto tension. Bring your awareness to that area and let it go. No tension in the body. Let the eyeballs recede deep into the eye sockets and focus on the heart center. The breath is soft, the breath is smooth, the breath is nice and full and long. The breath is central to yoga because it's central to life, and yoga is about life. This is Shavasana. And once you're complete, draw the knees back into the chest. Roll to the right side to protect your heart. Take your time coming up. Support yourself, stacking your spine. The head is last to come up. Coming back to Sukhasana, a comfortable cross-legged seated position, the pose we started class in. Sit tall. Close your eyes. Focus on kindness and compassion, especially to yourself. Inhale the arms out to the sides, surround the body with peace. And exhale the hands home to the heart center. Namaste. Thank you. See you next time.